How you doing, people? Robert here. There's a few issues came to my attention this morning, and I want to address these issues because I don't know what's happening out there, but it seems to be the whole of Scotland's full of zombies. They don't want to protect their rights and freedoms and be bullied by a corrupt legal system, legal society, being fined right, left and centre. First thing I want to cover is it came to my attention that over 2,500 people last month was fined, I think it's £60, for going through the LEZ, the low admission zone in Glasgow City Centre, by the Dead Legal Entity Council. The question I've got to ask the people here is, when is it you're going to waken up? And when is it you're going to step up to the mark and protect your rights, freedoms, and make a superior claim to the lands of Scotland? The council don't own the roads, and that's a fact. There is no man or woman called councils, but it doesn't seem to be getting into people's heads what I'm saying, or they just don't want to know. But every time they get in there, they're going to get a £60 fine. This isn't about climate change, people. This is about revenue collection. What has to happen here, when you get one of these tickets, you have to find out who the head of the council is. You have to address him or her in their private capacity under full liability. You have to ask them who's making the claim. To be clear, only a man or a woman can make a claim. And I'm making a claim right now in this video. No man or woman that represents the entity known as council has a superior claim over the lands of Scotland, over the people. The people pay for the roads. People pay for everything. And this is what the misapprehension is with the people. The misunderstanding. You have to write to them in a private capacity. Ask them who's making the claim. Where is the contract? Who's making a claim to own the roads and proof of claim? You want full terms and conditions of that contract. Remember this, people. I keep talking about the languages, dogland and legalese. Now, I've not seen one of these tickets, so I don't know the name format, right? But what I do is I'll cover in a second. The other thing that it's came to my attention, I was talking to somebody this morning, and it's the same kind of thing in the motorway, the M8 going to Paisley direction. You have to challenge these people. The other thing as well, lawful rebellion. Everybody, every man and woman that get one of these tickets do not pay it, because it's going to take numbers to stop this. Right? I sit back and watch everything, people. That's how I'm no proactive just now, because of what I see and what I pay attention to. And what I see out there in the street, there is no remedy. One thing talking about it, another thing doing something about it. I'm a doer, not a talker. Anybody stands on my toes for the legal system, legal society, I'll take them on and I will fight back. You corner me and I'll come out fighting. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I've got a heart of a lion, and I've not got the patience to take the shit that these other people are taking. Now, this has to be challenged, people. Stop sitting accepting this nonsense. Stand up, be counted and do something about it. Now, point 2. M8 Glasgow, motorway, heading towards Paisley. I was talking to a man this morning. He got fined for travelling over the 40-mile-an-hour zone. The Police Scotland, the entity Police Scotland. This is all entities, people, that's ripping you off for money. There is no man or woman called Police Scotland, and I keep trying to tell you that, but again, you either don't care and you're happy just to get ripped off. That's your choice, your freedom of choice. Anyway, the guy got a letter through telling him he was to get, I think it's a £100 fine and 3 penalty points. But what they never sent him, and I've corrected him on this, is he's filled the form in and sent it back. Somebody gave him my phone number to speak to him, and I spoke to him today. I didn't get to speak to him the other day, but I got to speak to him today. He sent the letter back with his driving licence number for the person, and also he said it was him who was driving. So he's incriminated himself, people. Now, there were a couple of questions I asked him. The first question I asked him was, did they send you a photograph for going through the speed camera? And his answer was no, right? Now, if you're driving along main road and there's a speed camera at the side of the road and it flashes. When you get a letter through the post, they show you a photograph and they show you exactly what speed you were doing when you passed the line. But on this occasion, they did not. So what I've told him to do, he's still got a copy of the letter. I've told him to write a letter and that's 2 points. One is, he requires a photograph proving the evidential fact that he went through there with 51 mile an hour. Right? He's not sure if he himself went through at 51 mile an hour, but they're saying he did, so you've got to ask for the camera evidence. Secondly, you've got to ask them when the cameras and they poles were last calibrated, right? Now I find it strange that you never get a photograph of this, people. And I dread to think how many people on this M8 motorway are getting ripped off for money as well, because this is all revenue collection, people, with corporations ripping the people off. Now, there was another main question I asked him as well, I forgot to say. I asked him on the form, did it have boxes? And he told me yes. And I asked him in the form, told him to fill it in black ink, all capital letters, and he says yes. This is the bit I'm talking about, people, the criminal conversion of the name and the identity theft. And this is how they get joined up, right? When you fill in black ink, all capital letters, that is not your name, people. The extract of the birth certificate is a capital R for Robert, all lowercase, capital S for Sprout, all lowercase. The all capital name is an entity ID. And I've told you can check this out at Scotland People website. If you apply for the extract of the birth certificate, you get a receipt telling you have an entity ID. Now, I want to make it crystal clear here. The definition of entity is an independent existence. That's why everything in every statutory legislation, every act, every rule, regulation and policy states person, because they cannot deal with a sovereign man or a sovereign woman. And I'm verifying that. And again, if required under a charge of perjury in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland or Wales, including the Court of Session and the Supreme Court, there's not anybody in the internet will turn around and say that, what I'm saying. Everything that I see on videos is for educational purposes. Well, this is for educational purposes, people, but it's educational fact, first-hand knowledge, and verified by a man in his private capacity. Something that nobody else, I can see, does it out there anywhere, right? So that tells you I'm telling you the truth. If I'm prepared to stand in a court and say I'll swear under a charge of perjury, that must answer the big question and remove any doubts from people's minds that I'm the real deal, right? I don't do this light-heartedly, people. I do this really, really good, right? Now, somebody sent me a video the other day about a crowd of people standing outside, I think it was the High Court in London, right? Now, I want to be clear on this, people, right? There's 2 points to this bit of the argument. They're standing outside the High Court in London with their signs, no to LEZ and all the rest of it, right? Now, this is the point I want to make clear. Remedy's there if the people want it, right? But I don't know if people want it because they don't seem to be doing anything about it. And they don't want to side with me when I'm trying to fight the system. Anyway, I'm not bothered about that. That's their choice. I'll still keep fighting even one man taking on the monster known as the legal system, legal society, because I don't really care. I don't really give a fuck, right? Because I know I'm right and they're wrong. Now, the point I want to make here, right? This standing outside the court, I don't know if they've put papers into the court, right? I don't know what's happening there. Do you think, people, that these courts are going to go against the grain when these are trying to enforce low admission zones, lockdowns, digital ID, digital currency? Do you think these courts are going to go against their employers, their bosses, for the corporations? But bear in mind, people, every court in the United Kingdom, the corporation known as United Kingdom, Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, is corporations registered in Dun & Bradstreet. Every police force is registered in Dun & Bradstreet. Every council is registered in Dun & Bradstreet. Even the building works is registered in Dun & Bradstreet. Social services is registered in Dun & Bradstreet. And the list goes on and on and on. Do you think that you're going to get any remedy with this system is conspiring to commit fraud, deception and crimes against the people? Right? It's a joke if you think that you're going to get remedy, people. Now, I was talking to somebody today as well, and they were telling me about the garage. I think it was in Glasgow somewhere. They was going to take the council or the government to court for this low admission zone. They've been in the business 60 years. well, I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to state it anyway. It's came to my attention. They've not succeeded in anything either. They've not got anywhere with that either. And again, why is that, people? Because you're fighting a monster with branches of other monsters sticking together to screw the people. And that's what's happening here. It's diabolical, right? The people can't see what's really going on here. So I'm doing this video today to try and get you to pay attention. Now, I went shopping the other day. Myself, I don't go buy big shops, hundreds of messages and trolley loads of messages. I've been watching the prices, right? This is something that other people are not watching. Because I watch the shopping and people buying shopping in Aldi, Lidl and other shops, and they're not paying attention. I went down, I like my unsweetened, undiluted orange for Aldi. Now, it was 99 pence, right? A couple of weeks ago, it went up to £1.09. And yesterday I went down to get a bottle because I had run out. It is £1.35. A 36 pence difference in a couple of weeks. I was watching something very briefly on the telly about how the government was pulling up all these chief executives of these superstores like Asda, Lidl, Tesco and everything else, and asking why the food prices are not going down. And the excuse, to my understanding, is that they say that the bills are higher and the costs are higher, right? Now, this isn't, these people in these shops are not about giving people value. It's all about profit. When they're losing their profit, they put their prices up to keep their profits up, because the top dogs in these supermarkets own it, the chief executives all get bonuses. And I've spoke to a couple of staff in shops, Lidl, Aldi and elsewhere. And what I've been told is the head office for whatever supermarket or whatever superstore you want to call it, called in and they put the prices up. The time they said there were food shortages, people, that was a scam to rip people off. The time they said there were fuel prices was going up because of fuel shortages, that was a scam. Everything's dropping rapid, even though the gas is supposed to be dropping. That was another scam. They're ripping people off. And the way to get rid of this nonsense is get rid of the politicians. There's two control mechanisms between Scotland and England. Westminster control the Scottish Parliament and the numpties that's in it. And the numpties in the Scottish Parliament control the people. We, the people, have to remove consent. We, the people, have to remove them. We, the people, need and require, not need, we require a sovereign government that's going to work for the people. Then we can go back after all these scumbags that's caused trespass on everybody's lives and their families. People will lose family members through the COVID scamdemic. And that's a fact now, because you see evidence all over the world. Doctors talking it and everybody else talking it. It was all a con. They even ripped people off with stupid fines for standing in the street, for letting people in your house they had no right to do. Legal is not lawful. Lawful and legal is two different systems, people. They're one legal because it relates to the incorporated person. You're a corporation. You have an entity ID, you're a corporation. Person's a corporation. And corporations have the same status as yourself as a person. That's a person, an entity, a corporation. It's the same dialogue, right, people? And I hope that you start paying attention to what I'm telling you. Anti-Corruption Scotland and myself take this very serious, what's going on. And what we're trying to do is give you the right information, no misinformation. Try to get you to wake up and stand up. As for shopping, people, buy what you're required to buy. That was another thing. I looked at a packet of chewing gum that it was 99 pence. I was going to buy the wee tin and I looked at the price. That was 135. So that's went up 36 pence for the same tin of chewing gum. So I'll not be buying that again. Please, people, pay attention to what's going on here. Waking up, open your eyes. It's right in front of your face. All these supermarkets and superstores are working with the government to fleece you. And there's two main concerns here that people have to worry about, and I mean worry about. One is cashless and food. If these scumbags get control of the food and remove the cash, they've got control of everything. And you, the people, are fucked. Make no mistake, you, the people, are fucked. We have to put a stop to this. We, the people, are the only people that can make change. Politicians don't make change. It doesn't matter if you vote for the Lib Dems, the Green Party, Conservative Party, Labour Party, whatever, right? SNP, whatever. All these people are part of the same fraud. The same illusion. These Westminster and Scottish Parliament, when you see them in there, that's a theatre. They're all actors, people. They're all playing a part. And they're deceiving the people. And you've got all the people that much indoctrinated, they don't know the difference between right and wrong. They don't know the difference between truth and lies. And that's a concern. Everybody, every man and woman knows right from wrong. And if you don't know what's going on right by now, after the last 3 years, there's something wrong with your mind. Seriously. Please, people, follow the ABC rule that I follow. Accept nothing from a legal system, legal society, or men and women that represent it. They're all paid liars, and I'll verify that under a charge of perjury. Believe nothing from people in a legal system, legal society, or men and women that represent it. They're all paid liars, and challenge everything, no matter how small or how big. And it's the same in the motorway, people. Stop accepting these fines and start challenging and fight back. Lawful rebellion is what we require. If everybody stopped paying these fines and stood together, change would happen. Because if we're not going to stand together and do what we've got to do to protect our rights, our freedoms, we've got a problem, a major problem. Well, I've not got a problem because I'll keep fighting because I do my own thing anyway. One man against the system, but I'm happy to take it on because I don't care. The way I see it, you'll never know unless you go. And that's a fact. Please, people, listen to what's in this video. Pay attention. It's just a video as well. There's another thing I want to bring up as well. I put a video up a couple of days ago. Now, I don't know if it's Facebook, right? I normally get quite a lot of hits. Or people are pissed off with myself because I'm not doing enough. So I'm clear. That's me. I said to you the last time I did a video, I think it was the video before, I was ordering banners. That's me. Collected the banners yesterday. And I'll be back on the street next week if the weather's good. And information on these banners is going to make people think, because it's precise, people. It's precise, and it's going to be dangerous information, because when people realise what's been going on, it's alright standing with a loud tailor talking in the street, as people seen me in videos before, people walking past and not paying attention, people walk past, stop and look, stand for a couple of minutes, right? Put out the information in front of their faces, that'll make the difference. And that's what I hope to do, to get people on board on Side Anti-Corruption Scotland, waking people up and get people to start fighting back. Because we're at a dangerous time, people. A lot of people out there just don't know how dangerous. I'm hearing the town right now is very, very busy. They're walking about doing their own thing. And the biggest majority of these people haven't had it at their door yet, but it's coming to their door. It's coming to everybody's door. It's came to my door, I don't know how many times. It's came to numerous people, I don't know how many times. But I'll keep fighting, I always do. And as I keep saying, I want to try and get remedy. My father asked me, that was one of his last wishes before he died, to get remedy. But it's as if I'm not just fighting the system. It's as if I'm fighting the people to try and get me waking up. And that's a hard battle, people. And to be truthful, I think I've got more. To fight the system and fight with the people to try and wake them up and educate them, I think I've got more chance of winning the Euro Millions, to tell you the truth. The odds are better for me to win that than do what I'm doing. And I'm still fine. One man is still fine. Now, if we had a couple of million people with the same attitude, is prepared to do what I do, go to court, take on the courts, take on the judges, take on everybody, change would happen. So let's see if people pay attention to this video. I've said 3 important things today that I think is important that people have to pay attention to. Stop being ripped off for fines with corporations like the Dead Legal Entity Council, Glasgow City Council, or any other council. Stop getting ripped off with the Dead Legal Entity Police Scotland with a fraud, right? And remember this, if you, the man or woman, no you, the man or woman has to fill in forms in black ink, all capital name, that's capitis diminutio. They're stealing your status, diminishing your status for a man or a woman, a person, a fiction, a corporation. And when you fill up black ink, all capital name, you're given name joinder. You're being deceived, fraud, writing words and conduct, and they're extorting money out of you unlawfully. Not illegally, unlawfully. Anyway, people, hopefully I'll get a better response on this video. As I says, got the banners, I'm just to get a banner designed to carry the stuff, the stands to hold the banners, and we're rocking again. And I'm looking forward to this, because once I've got the information in front and I break it down for the people on the street, What's the change of attitude when they find out what's really been going on? Not what's happening, what's been told out in the street just now about the LEZ and all the rest of it. Where the fraud originates from. Different message, different interpretation, straight to the point, and it'll educate people, that I guarantee. Anyway, people, please share this video far and wide to your neighbours, friends, aunties, uncles, sons, daughters, or whatever else. I'd like to thank the people for taking time to watch this video. And again, I would like to thank the people for giving me time to be heard. It's appreciated for the people that support myself and Anti-Corruption Scotland. I'm trying my best, people. I do this with good heart, good intention. And I know one question is going to be asked, and I know this for a fact. I'm going to say it here now. Where did he get the money for the banners? Well, let me verify something, people. Anything I get, I pay for myself. I don't ask for money or fund me's or PayPal's, right? And that's a fact. Because when I buy it, when I purchase it, or I own it, it's my property, right? And then nobody can claim they've gave me anything. A lot of people have offered to help myself. It's not about helping myself. My principle is I do it myself or I don't do it at all. Anyway, people, please share this video far and wide. And just people, have a good day and enjoy your weekend. Again, I'll speak soon, people. Thank you for watching the video. Bye-bye.